He's not driving, he's not operating.
You're sat here in a vehicle with the keys in ignition on a dual carriageway. You know as well as I do that that's against the law.
Well, I know as well as you do that that is not an offence.
Fine. Yeah, happy to. Happy to.
What's the issue? What's the issue?
You're parked on a cycle lane half in the dual carriageway with the driver sat there on a mobile phone.
Yeah,
and you're supposed to be traffic
he's
officers.
taking a work call. We're
no
not
matter what he's
traffic
taking.
officers. We're not traffic officers at all. He's not driving, he's not operating.
You're sat here in a vehicle with the keys in ignition on a dual carriageway.
Not driving.
You know as well as I do that that's against the
is?
law.
Well, I know as well as you do that that is not an offence.
Is it not?
The offence is driving whilst operating a handheld electronic device.
So if you're sat still on the road, and the fact he's got no seatbelt on, but if you're sat still on a...
Because I want to get out and have a word with you.
He's got no seatbelt on either.
Eh? I don't need one on because I'm executing my duty.
Have you pulled anybody over here?
Eh?
Have you pulled anybody over here?
No, but you don't know what that call's about and what we're doing because we're not traffic officers, we're firearms officers.
But it's not relevant, is it?
Yes, it is.
There's a petrol station forecourt there. You're still sat on a carriageway.
With a long line of traffic.
You're sat.
We're sat on the motorway.
You're sat on a live carriageway.
Come down the road, I'll pull off on the road and we'll have a chat.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sure. Sorry about the non-landscape view on this one, but this is just how we have to hold the phone today because it's easier. Go for it.
No, it's Richard. We're just to let you know, you're recording us.
Absolutely.
We're recording you.
No, of course, I understand.
Because what's your concerns then?
You're sat on a live carriageway, obstructing traffic dangerously, and you're sat there on a mobile phone.
Right.
When you're literally hundreds of yards away from where you could have pulled over safely. You've got no blue flashing lights on to indicate that you're here for any other reason than you just fancy being on the phone. So it clearly wasn't an emergency phone call.
The nature of the phone call is politely none of your business.
Correct.
It's a personal
Correct.
phone
However,
call. Listen.
vice versa, if I'd have been sat there on my phone, blocking that live carriageway, the first thing you would have said to me is, what's the nature of the phone call, sir? Because unless it's an emergency, i.e. you're dying, you should not be on the phone.
I'm not driving.
You was in control of a vehicle. If you'd have been sat there and you'd have been over the legal limit drink, are you telling me then that you wouldn't be breaking the law either? The offence of being in control of a motor vehicle whilst using a mobile phone. He was in control of a motor vehicle on a live lane.
I've pulled over with the indicators on.
You want me to ring up for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There is.
I can promise you, as many badges and bits and pieces as you've got attached to you, I'm as proficient as you are when it comes to the law.
Right. When it comes to the live lane of the cycle pathway, I'm a keen cyclist. So I know I'm not going to piss people off by cycling down there. I know that what was going to come up behind me is going to be a cyclist. I've stopped the car in a safe place. It's not a dual carriageway, it's a wide single carriageway.
Which he was obstructing. Because cars were having to cross the central line.
There was no traffic going.
It's on film.
That's fine.
There can't be an argument with you. You're not arguing with me, you're arguing with fact. I filmed you, I passed you coming down, I walked back up, filmed you from here, all the way up, watched the traffic crossing the central line to overtake you safely. So therefore you was obstructing a live carriageway.
So you're telling me I should have driven another you
should drive another 20 feet and you could have parked in the space.
And that's fine. So what else what other concerns do you have?
Well, that's it. It's just the fact that it's not one rule for you and one rule for everyone else.
Well, I'm not saying I've stopped in a safe place.
But that's not, is it?
I received to be stopped. I've pulled over, the indicator's going, you've come past and you're stood in the middle of the carriageway.
So you can't have been that concerned.
Yeah, but I'm a pedestrian.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pedestrian.
So you shouldn't be in the carriageway.
No, but that's me at risk, isn't it? You're putting other road users at risk, and you're a police officer.
Should you took it upon yourself to step out into the live carriageway? Are you
not expected?
Film us.
Yeah. Yeah, because I
You were
wanted
that
to make sure.
concerned.
I wanted to make sure that I got him on film.
Safe side and you could have
Yeah, but he could have put the phone down then, or denied that it was a phone.
And what,
Why am I going to deny it's a phone? I'm on the
Why do you
phone.
want to film it? What are you going to do with that? That you're worried about losing that evidence?
And why am I
Because
denying
it is
that I'm on the
evidence,
phone?
isn't it? The same as you,
Evidence of
same
what?
as you would have the evidence.
Evidence of what?
Evidence that you've now broken the law.
We haven't broken
And
the
you're
law.
not trying to
We've just
justify
discussed
it.
I've pulled
The offence
over.
is driving a motor vehicle. whilst
Okay, so
operating.
what you're saying then?
So the legal definition of driving is that the driver and the motor vehicle.
People are going to love this.
There has to be some kind of propulsion.
Yeah.
As in, we're not moving forward.
Right.
The handbrake is on. We're not moving. So
Okay.
we are not driving.
So under your
The engine is
definition,
on. No, this is the legal definition.
so no,
This is the legal
okay.
definition.
So under your definition,
No, not my definition.
the legal definition that you're subscribed to here,
Yeah.
basically says then that I could pull up to those red traffic lights,
No.
put my handbrake on, and
Yeah.
be on the mobile phone. Because it's exactly the same scenarios that you've just
I've
suggested
pulled
you
over
were
the side
in,
of the road. I've
because
stopped
you was
it.
in a live lane
Yeah.
with a vehicle running, he was in control of the vehicle,
Yeah.
and you were stopped with the handbrake on, and you say that then means that you're not breaking any laws.
Yeah.
So I can sit there now, like that car is now,
Yeah.
and I can sit there on my mobile phone, next to you in the lane next to me, blah, 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 and you wouldn't have
You are
anything
not
to say.
driving.
Do you realise how much shit you've just caused yourself with that?
No, none whatsoever. Because you're not driving a motor vehicle.
Jesus.
You just sat at the lights.
Listen, I promise you
The problem
faithfully.
comes, we would give you words of advice about that. We'd roll down the window and say, are you going to finish your call by the time you've gone?
So basically, you can see that basically went up to the police, armed response vehicle, and basically they were parked illegally. So basically, they were like parked in a live lane on a curb, but still they were parked illegally, and they were on the phone. And then they proceeded to deny it. Obviously, they pulled into like the petrol station, and then basically he got out his phone and to look on some database that police have access to, so he could look up the law for himself. And they still proceeded to deny it, but you will see anyway, he gets out his phone to obviously look up the law himself. But they've been caught red-handed, and then basically he's saying that if anyone else was to do it, and like basically we said like if we park at the red light with the handbrake on, with the engine still running, we'll be able to still use the phone. Would it be illegal? He's trying to say yeah, so you'll see.
Because
Wow.
if people take very short phone calls like that while they're at the traffic lights, chances are, as soon as those traffic lights move, you're accelerating, your vehicle is moving away, and you are still operating a handheld electronic device whilst you're moving.
But if you're not
The difference
moving,
is we've pulled over and we've taken that call. So we are
that's fine.
not driving.
If you was parked in a place that could be considered not obstructing a live carriageway, what you've done there is in definition, your own definition. No, let them come in, let them have a go. In definition, in the laws, in the law's
Nobody wants to have a go at
definition,
anybody.
in the law's
And remember that
definition,
you initiated this encounter.
absolutely. But in the law's definition, you park there, meaning other people have to go round you, means you are causing a dangerous obstruction, which could also be considered,
There's no double yellow line.
which could also be considered dangerous driving, because you're actually making other vehicles slow down to go round you.
Because we're not driving.
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
You're
Dangerous
still in
driving-
control of a motor vehicle.
Dangerous driving involves driving. The clue is in the title. We were not driving.
How would you like to progress this conversation?
No, I don't need to. I don't need to progress it.
So we can go on our way.
Absolutely.
We're not going to get
No, absolutely.
We're trying to educate you. We're trying to say...
Just words of advice, officer.
Yeah, exactly, and I'll take those words of advice on, that I should have come down and pulled in here. I'll take that on board. But what I am saying is, I did not put anybody in undue danger, parked where I was. The only put themselves in danger was you, stood in the middle of the carriageway filming me. So on that note, we'll go on our merry way. Have a good day.
What? Sorry, just briefly then. What were your badge numbers?
Camera, sir.
I haven't. You haven't got pipettes on.
Yes, you have.
You haven't got any pipettes. Are you refusing a member of the public, officer? Are you refusing to identify yourself, officer, to a member of the public? Because I think you'll find that's an offence as well. Would you like to try me on this?
How is it a criminal offence?
It's not a criminal offence, but you know as well as I do, under your oath, you must identify yourself to a member of the public.
I told you that on that video that you're recording and have been recording, my shoulder bit is right in the middle of my vest.
Well, you didn't know. You said it was on camera. You didn't say that. I asked you
It's
for
on
it.
your video. I've told you wanted my say, but it's on your video.
As far as you could see, he's basically saying that he will take the advice on board, but we all know that's a load of lies, a pack of lies. He ain't going to take it on board at all. And then he proceeds to walk off, fails to identify. And then he tries and says, oh yeah, you've got it on video. But clearly we haven't, because we wouldn't have gone up saying, oh, can you both identify? So yeah, basically it's just vice versa, isn't it? Like, if we did it, they'd say that we're doing it illegally. But then when it comes to us saying that they've done it illegally, they don't want to say that. They don't want, they try and deny it. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.